Picture this for a second. You're about to walk into that interview. You know the one. The one that could genuinely change, well, everything for your career path. The stakes feel incredibly high, right? And just winging it. That's really not going to cut it. So this deep dive we're doing, it's more than just, polishing a resume. Think of it as your shortcut to being truly prepared. We're going to cover some, frankly, surprising insights and steps that most people just miss. So stick with us, okay? Really lean in for these next few minutes. It might just be the most valuable time you spend for your future. Today, we're unpacking a full guide on preparing for those high-stakes interviews, going way beyond the basics. Okay, so let's start unpacking that journey. It actually begins even before you open your mouth, your presentation.
Yeah.
Whether it's in person or, on a video call, dressing formally. It's generally the safe bet, even if you hear the company is super casual. Think suits, blazers, tailored trousers. Attention to grooming is key, too. Neat hair, clean nails, maybe minimal jewelry.
Yeah, and what's fascinating there is how it applies online, too. It's not that different. Our sources really highlight dressing head to toe, even if they only see your shoulders. There's this whole idea of enclothed cognition, basically.
Yeah.
Feeling fully dressed actually makes you feel more confident, more sharp, can genuinely affect your mindset. And, of course, the practical stuff. Solid colors, nothing too distracting, a tidy background, good lighting, and please check your camera and mic beforehand.
Absolutely. And beyond how you look, there's that other nonverbal signal that screams professionalism before you even say hello. Your timing, punctuality, it's just such a core sign of respect, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
And connecting that to the bigger picture, arriving, say, 10 to 15 minutes early for an in-person meeting, or logging on that early for a virtual one. It's not just about being polite. It's like a critical systems check for yourself, which kind of raises a question for you listening.
Mhm.
Have you actually done a dry run of the commute? Or maybe just closed all those distracting browser tabs and apps? That little buffer, it lets you settle, take a breath, check your mindset. It's crucial.
Okay, so we've covered that essential groundwork. Now, let's really dive into the heart of the interview itself, what you actually say. Your words can, well, they can either open doors wide or slam them shut. Start warm, A genuine smile, use their name, thank them for their time, simple stuff, but effective. And for those tricky behavioral questions, tell me about a time when the STAR method, that's your absolute secret weapon. Situation, task, action, result. It turns stories into proof of competence. Always link back to relevant achievements, show real enthusiasm.
Right. And building on that, there's the flip side we need to talk about what not to say. Our sources are pretty clear on some pitfalls. Definitely avoid bad-mouthing former employers. Big red flag. Or sharing super personal stuff that isn't relevant. Oh, and asking about salary right off the bat. Unless they bring it up, hold off. Focus on the value you bring first. And please, never just a flat, try something like, that's an interesting question. Well, I haven't faced that exact scenario. My approach would be, or I'd imagine the first step would be, it shows you can think on your feet.
That's such a good point. And beyond the words, there's body language. It speaks volumes, truly. In person, it's about maintaining good eye contact, not staring, but connecting, sitting upright, trying not to fidget too much. Online, there's a subtle difference. You need to look at the camera, not just the face on the screen. That's what creates that feeling of direct eye contact for them. Use natural hand gestures, too. It helps engagement.
Exactly. And zooming out a bit, all of this, the words, the body language, it ties back to preparation, really doing your homework. Our deep dive shows it's about going way beyond just glancing at the company's About Us page. Dig deeper. Look at recent news, maybe their latest earnings report if they're public. Understand their challenges, their mission, their values. Who are their competitors? This shows you're not just looking for a job. You're interested in this role, this company. Understand the role inside out. Match your skills clearly. And practice. Practice common questions. Maybe even record yourself answering them. It sounds awkward, but it works. Always have 2 or 3 thoughtful research questions ready for them. Questions about the team, the challenges, what success looks like in the first 90 days.
Okay, so you've done the prep, you've navigated the interview. How do you seal the deal? What's the final step? It often comes down to something many people overlook or rush. The thank you email, the consensus from our sources, send it within 24 hours. But don't just make it a generic thank you. Think of it as a final mini pitch. Yes, reiterate your appreciation, but maybe highlight a specific point you discussed or an idea you shared. Subtly remind them how your specific skills solve a problem they mentioned. Make it personal, make it memorable, reinforce that enthusiasm. So, reflecting on everything we've just unpacked, what really stands out to you from this deep dive? It's pretty clear, isn't it? Preparing for a high stakes interview is so much more than just having a good resume. It's this whole kind of holistic strategy presentation, communication, deep research, and that crucial follow through. That's what genuinely makes you stand out.
Absolutely. And, whether or not you actually land that specific job, going through this process, applying these principles, it builds skills. It ensures personal and professional growth every single time. You show up differently. You bring a fresh perspective, real potential. So maybe the important question for you listening is this: which specific part of this preparation, maybe one you haven't focused on before, are you going to implement first for your next big opportunity, something to really mull over?